what's this do now for Georgia? What kind of chokehold now do they have? We talked about the Pollock, David Pollock, squaring up to Coach Saban on the pregame set, telling him on national TV, Georgia runs college football now. Remember that? What's the Tom Hanks movie? I love that movie. He's
Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips. The little African dude was on there, and he made his way on there with that little rickety boat, and he said, "Hey, I am the captain now. I am."
Yeah.
That is the deal right now for the Bulldogs. Or is there much shift? Because I think the only thing that probably neutralizes this is the NIL.
Yeah.
Or does this further drive them away from or out ahead of the rest of college football?
Look, I mean, they were already ahead of college football and starting to separate with Clemson struggling, with Alabama. Look, I don't think Alabama's struggling, but look, they lost 2 ball games by 4 points, guys. I mean, they very easily could have been in this mix.
Correct.
But let's be honest. If we watch Alabama, they are not the dominant force that they once were. Period. Point blank. No. And so I think Georgia was, if we're being completely honest, and this has done nothing but validate it, I think Georgia was already the best and already separating themselves. But I do want to pump the brakes just a little bit based off tonight's ball game. That was an absolute skull dragging. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment and act like Georgia just now is so far separated themselves that nobody can get with them. I believe Ohio State's right there with them. I believe Clemson will be right back there with them. I believe Alabama will be right back there with them. And I believe USC's coming. I believe Oregon's coming. I believe there's teams that'll be right there nipping at their heels. I don't overvalue tonight. Hell of a performance. And also on the flip side of it though, G, like I hope, and like I'm a little bit bothered by the whole TCU. This is why you should pick the best teams instead of the 4 that with the best records and make sure you know. Come on, man. We just watched tonight was bad, but we just watched TCU beat the team that everybody thought was the only other no-brainer in the college football playoffs. We just watched them beat them last week. So while this was ugly, let's not minimize what they were able to do last week in terms of them belonging.
Not to minimize, but Michigan left 21 points on the 1-yard line. How many self-inflicted wounds did they have? Sometimes teams can get beat, and sometimes teams beat themselves. Which one do you think was Michigan last week?
Oh, no, yeah, no, I agree. Michigan did some things that they shot themselves in the foot. But I'm just, and we can literally spend time breaking down every single game. But I just think me personally, I think it's wrong. I think it's unfair to not give credit where credit's due. They got skull drugged tonight, no question about it.
That's true.
But they earn the opportunity for them to get skull drugged.
That's it.
Hey, but Hack, I think what I feel like, and we talked about this, George. We talked about this last week, it was last week. Like, I tell you what they did, Hack. In my opinion, TCU earned the right to not be talked about like they didn't belong when they beat Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, tonight makes that a hard-ass conversation and a hard point. It makes it difficult for me to make that point. But I don't know, man. They beat – go ahead, George.
It happened in the finals, though. This didn't happen in the semifinals. This happened in the finals. Let's just go to that real quick. Let's go to Clint's point. Hack, I'll go with you first.
Yeah, just
Who's
about
the saltiest. Which of these 3 programs, and if there's another one, tell me.
Yeah.
Who's the saltiest tonight? Michigan, who gave away, and I don't want to disrespect TCU, but so many questionable tactical decisions, so many plays left on the field.